it don't get everything is true. But what it don't...
Boss, you can't go on ignoring this rock and roll stuff anymore. Every hotel and club in the country's wiring for information.
Hello, Groove Dogs. Welcome to the Runaway Radio Rewind, a program that looks and listens back to the heyday of one of America's truly great radio stations, the legendary and late KLOL. It's the Runaway Radio Rewind. And now, here's your host, Steve Robinson.
Welcome back. It's the Runaway Radio Rewind. Now, we are going down memory lane about one of the most legendary radio stations, 101 FM KLOL. Today on the Rewind, we will hear a classic story from a famous 101 DJ, Donna Mckenzie, and we have another great Uncle Waldo for you. Enjoy it. It's the Runaway Radio Rewind. In your time at KLOL, is there one memorable promotion, something that you just to this day you still remember because it was so eventful for you?
Yeah. That would be choosing from a lot in the KLOL lexicon, that's for sure. A lot. But one, I don't know if you recall, but one of the things that KLOL was famous for was rolling out all these Corvettes. We gave away Corvette after Corvette after Corvette, and it was just whipping the city into a frenzy. And so I think we had 12 Corvettes that we would give away every year. And so I got to drive one of them, and it was also during the time that we were doing the annual blood drive, the blood campaign. And so my red Corvette...
The rock and roll up your sleeve.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And my red Corvette was the bloodmobile. So I'm on my way to blood drive in the bloodmobile, going up to 49 before it got expanded and redone. And somebody tries to slam into the back of the truck next to me at a light, moved over in front of me, and I went up over the curb to avoid hitting this car, wound up on another street. Totally crunched in the front end and the side door. But I'll tell you what, that cockpit was pristine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think I probably hit my head on the side, but I didn't really have any lasting injury. But I still had to go to the event. It was a broadcast.
Now, was your car drivable?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. And so there were plenty of people there to, describe what had happened. But I'll tell you what, the owner of the station, the general manager of the station, everybody, I think even the owner of the dealership, because it hadn't necessarily been established who was carrying insurance for the vehicle, all had to come out to make sure that it wasn't the station's fault, And so what happens when you give away these Corvettes, there was a massive bash, and it was in the Summit at the time. And so they rebuilt the car, and it got, awarded, and I signed the bumper, and they gave it away.
Wow.
Yeah. And so for years, somebody would call me and say, I'm driving your bloodmobile. I've got your signature on the back of my car, And that was pretty cool.
And you're driving the car. Yeah, I wrecked that car,
I wrecked that car. Yes. I know. I was terrified, I thought, oh my God, this is gonna be so bad. But it wasn't. It was quite memorable.
KLOL did some amazing promotions back in the day, didn't they? Great stuff. Hey, it's Steve Robinson. If you haven't done so, check out the website, runawayradiorewind.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Uncle Waldo.
Come on. There it goes. Very good, Donna.
Boom! Jeepers, you fine arts lovers, wherever you are. Time to sit back and enjoy the S&P Not Ready for Drive Time Players starring in Uncle Waldo, teenage Indian chief type person. Just in time for rodeo season, dig it? Yes, in Act 1, Scene 1, it seems that just before dawn, an Indian chief, Chief Uncle Waldo, walked into his daughter's tent unannounced, only to find her in an embrace with one of the village's handsome young braves, Brave Big Bruno. Irate, he said to the brave,
Hey, come on now.
What?
Now that you've had oogum boogum with my daughter,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to marry her, but first, you're gonna have to pass an endurance test to prove your worth.
Oh, well, I love daughter. Young tribesman will be happy to submit to any test you give him.
All right.
Can I put my loincloth back on now?
Well, the chief and the brave, wrapped in their bear skins because it was like mid-February at 5 degrees below zero where they were, they walked down to the lake by the village. Yes, they stopped on the edge of the frozen lake, and the chief said,
You must chop them.
It's cold out here. It's cold out here.
Brave Big, listen to the rules. These are cool rules. You must first chop them whole in the ice.
Chop them whole in the ice. Yeah, got it.
Swim them 3 miles to the other side.
Under the ice.
And then swim them back. Upon your return...
What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts?
You said you loved my daughter and you'd do anything, to prove, submit to any test. This is the test.
You mean I chop them whole in the ice, swim under the ice, how far?
3 miles.
3 miles.
And then swim
back, find hole, come up.
Swim them back.
Oh, swim them back, find hole, come up, dry off, go find another hole.
And then we shall have them great feast, and you shall wed my daughter.
Give me tomahawk, I chop hole in the ice.
I'll bet you want to say...
Oh, yes, I want to say, love shall sustain me through this trial, and my manhood will make me really...
It'll shrivel. I'm not kidding.
well, the brave vowed that love would forget it, sustain him in that stuff. And when he had finished chopping through the ice, he plunged into the icy waters. 3 hours later, there was still no sign of the Brave Big.
If you could read, this would be good. Really.
And through the vigil, and though the vigil was kept until the wee hours of the evening, by then everyone in the village knew the worst. Young Brave Big had not survived.
Neither is the script.
In his memory, Chief Uncle Waldo decided.
Well, I've decided.
Oh, Big is gone. He's gone.
I know.
You and your stupid test.
Well, sweetheart.
You and your stupid script. Who picked this script?
I'll tell you what we're going to do, darling.
I don't know which is worse.
I know you're sad that, Chief, that Brave Big is gone, but as the chief of the tribe here, I've made a decision.
What is it? That you'll take reading lessons from Evelyn Woods? What decision have you made?
I'm serious now. I know you're doing all the joking around. You joke 'em with me.
Just to lighten the mood.
I know you're sad, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're gonna name this body of water out here where he drowned. We're gonna name it after your lover.
Oh, what are you gonna call it?
Well, from this day forward.
Like Big Bruno?
Not exactly.
What are you gonna call it?
We're gonna refer to this lake from now on as Lake Wattapots.
You've been listening to the Runaway Radio Rewind. Join us next week for more memories and goodness for the intelligentsia from the people who made the former KLOL what it was. Find us online at runawayradiorewind.com and be sure to grab your Runaway Radio gear. You can find the show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. Show us your dog, and we'll see you next week on the Runaway Radio Rewind.